What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with the Real Housewives of Miami. Listen, sorry I'm late, but I got a whole bunch for y'all today. So just when you see my stuff pop up, just watch it. That's all I ask. Just give me a click and a view. Like, I really needed the rest. Okay, I am really working on resting. I have like a lot of things going on in my head, not bad, but just and then now just learning how to actually rest. Okay, so anyway, the Real Housewives of Miami season 7 episode 17, Frosty Friendships. This was the season finale, and I'll tell y'all what I think in the end. But before I start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure you all like the video so I can stay in the algorithm. Okay? Anyway, so the episode starts with Marisol. We find out she's having a fun Christmas party. But then Alexia is actually having a spa event. They're having it on the same day. So half the ladies are going to go there and the other, half the ladies are going to go to Alexia's party. So, Larsa, Steph, I keep putting her as Steph. Larsa, Stephanie, Gertie, and Adriana are over at Marisol's Christmas party. Julia, Kiki, and Lisa, Julia, and Kiki, they're at Alexia's event, right? So Adriana is having a conversation with Gertie, I believe. She feels like Julia used her and discarded her. She says she's been like a covert enemy. And then Adriana also says she's so into herself that she's forgotten about me. Right. So then we pan over to Alexia's event, and Alexia's son, I forgot, Peter was having a conversation with her bestie. I forgot his name. I totally forgot that guy's name. But they talk about the situation with Alexia and what Todd has done. And Peter feels like basically Todd shouldn't have left in front of Alexia's other son. Right? And he shouldn't have just packed up. He shouldn't have done it in front of y'all. I am so spacing. What is that her son's name? Anyway, so Alexia walks up on them, and they get quiet, but not too much quiet. She explains to them that she has PTSD based on the things that Todd has done to her, and she feels like he may do it again. But Alexia, if you feel like he's going to do it again, why are you still venturing and playing around and letting him play with your cootie hole? Why? But whatever. It's so weird that Alexia, as beautiful, and y'all know I don't see it for Alexia, but as beautiful as she is, as she come off like she's that girl, when it comes to Todd, you act like a pick-me. And I don't know if I ever seen this woman by herself, but she acts like a pick-me. And there are women out there, and listen, I'm not trying to be that person, but I'm going to be that person today. There are women out there who just have to have somebody by their side. And I feel like Alexia is one of those people. And instead of her just kind of, you got to feel the feels and you got to go through. And if he want to leave, you need to open the door and release him. And as shout out to Erica De Niro, y'all, because I love her, but release him back to the community, okay? That's all I'm saying. I just don't like the pick me energy that she gives when it comes to Todd, and she act like she just can't be by herself. But hey, it comes with growth and self-love. All right. So Adriana thanks the ladies for showing up at her event. How did I get there? She said that she didn't like that Kiki made fun of her with that cake debacle and, the age and her birthday situation over on the boat. And I want to feel bad. I really want to feel bad for Adriana. But then you'll turn around and shame Marisol for her age. And for me, y'all know I don't see it for Marisol, but at the same time, you cannot do something to somebody. You can't get mad when something is done to you, but you do the same thing to another person, and you want us to give you sympathy. And I like Adriana. I just don't like that part. So I still feel like Kiki did it because she was still pissed off because Adriana called her ratchet. And I really wish that she was staying in that and be like, I did it because, you called me ratchet. I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, Kiki tells the ladies that she left because Adriana accused her of being a racist. Now that, I already told y'all last week, I didn't like that. And Kiki said she didn't call her a racist, and I believe Kiki. I really believe Kiki did not call Adriana a racist. I just don't like how Adriana maneuvered at her event, and how you gonna grab one black girl to have another conversation with another black girl. That pissed me off, because don't do that. Don't create this black on black, especially between women, bullshit. All right, I'm working on my language, y'all. Don't do that. That bothered me. That pissed me off. Okay. Anyway, and let me say this. It's the stigma that black women can't get along, and then black women are angry, and then you're gonna take you with your white skin, or whatever Dominican, whatever she is, skin, and you're gonna try to pin two black women against one another. And if I was your friend, I would have called you out because you was wrong, point blank in the period. No, ma'am. So Kiki says that she's never said that, and Julia tells Kiki, you should have a conversation with Adriana. Anyway, Stephanie goes to Adriana and asks her, how's your behavior going to be at the Christmas party? And because you have to sing, and Kiki will be there because, of course, Kiki's going to be honored. Adriana said, you know what? I'm going to be cool. I ain't going to let nobody. She ain't say it like that, but this is what she said. I'm going to be cool. I ain't going to let nobody but my mood. I'm cool. I'm on my Whitney Houston. Okay? All right. So, we get to Julia's opera / foster care event. Julia is a loser. And I really just want to continuously say that. And the fact that you keep using these black kids to paint a narrative as if you some savior, okay? That's pissing me off. That's pissing me off. Okay? After you threw a drink in his black lady face. I'm just saying. I have been saying this 17 episodes. Every episode, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. Anyway, there are a lot of people who do things outside of the black, who do things in the black community that are not of the black community, and they want to come off as the savior. And that pisses me off, because if you're going to do something for the community, do it for the community. But I feel like you adopting these boys was really calculated, and whoever that person was who helped you get these black boys, I felt like it was calculated. Anyway, I just feel like anything Julia does at this point is ingenuine. And I don't want us to be mad at Julia because she picked the other side. What pisses me off is that you're not only did you go to the other side, because you can be friends with whomever you want, but you became their friend and you became just like them. And then you started shunning who your real friends are just to be over here because you are a social climber and because you are a user. Anyway, it's funny how everybody was telling Julia, oh, Martina looks good, and but I just don't think everybody gave Gertie that same grace. And they went through the same thing. I don't know if both had breast cancer, but they both are cancer survivors. I just don't see it for Martina, and he'll look like the crypt keeper to me, and then she pisses me off. I don't know. I can't apologize for it, but I just feel like they have not shown Gertie any grace. They have not celebrated Gertie after all of these episodes. So no, why should I give them, extend that same grace to them? So Julia said that Adriana couldn't attend because she was practicing for Stephanie's Christmas party, and she had like a group of 12 people who was all in the band, so they was practicing for the party. Julia also said how she wished things could be better between her and Adriana. No, you don't. You're just saying that for the cameras, once again, because you think it looks good. But the way you treat her, you don't check on her, you don't even see it for her. So at this point, whatever you say as far as you and Adriana, to me, is really null and void, right? I do want to say this. She said that she's been trying for months. And I don't know, y'all can correct me in the comments, but I thought Adriana said that they haven't really been in contact that much. I could be wrong, but I promise y'all I be trying to remember. But you know, sometimes my little memory be like, just let me know in the comments, because I promise I thought she said that I thought Adriana said that they haven't really been in contact like that. Anyway, Alexia tells Julia, you know, she don't think Adriana is trying, because if she was, she will be here at the event. Alexia, ma'am, if you don't go focus on your self-love, and why your self-esteem is between a washer and a dryer, all right? Like, I feel like she's sitting there putting more of a wedge between Julia and Adriana. I'm telling you, like, they've been doing this. Even with Larsa acting like she's so concerned as to who put that on the cake about Kiki. And I promise you, she knew already. She just wanted to act like she didn't know. I told y'all in those first couple episodes after that drink toss and Gertie came out with the receipts that Julia, Larsa, what's her name? Larsa, Marisol, and Alexia, coupled with Julia, wanted to get Adriana up out of here, and Gertie, and I still stand on that. Anyway, and I feel like also because Julia is thirsty as for some friends and to social climb, she's allowing them to cause a wedge between her and Adriana, because she's too afraid to even tell Adriana, listen, I don't want to be your friend no more. And it's just as simple as that. Like, you don't owe the lady anything, but you can at least have a conversation with your friend. So Julia says she's hurt by Adriana not showing up, and she's been at all of Adriana's performances. She also said that she feel like Adriana has made it very clear how important her and her boys are to her. Girl, this lady, y'all, the fact that this lady want to play the victim so bad is so insane. I just feel like Julia started acting funny after she got to the new circle. She started discarding the other ladies for her new friends. So she also told Adriana, like, she wasn't fun to be around no more, and you still want this lady to somehow run behind you for a friendship. Like, I just think that's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what Julia's expectation of their friendship is, but she have too many expectations if you ask me. I know Adriana can be annoying AF. Like, but I feel like I have to take up for her in this moment. Like, because, yeah, no, Julia, she just doing too much. Like, you're pushing her out because low-key you don't want, high-key you don't want this lady here no more. Like, and just say that. But they not. So they gonna do little things. Anyway, Julia sang that weak ass song with her weak ass, whack ass voice. Let's get to this Christmas party. So Lisa arrived. I just want to point out, ma'am, can you stop being thirsty before Miss Claus whoop your ass? Okay? Like, get off that lady, man. Like, girl, this lady act like she ain't got no cool. So when Lisa and her man walk in to speak to everybody, Larsa hating ass, looking, rolling her eyes. Like, I hope that shit gets stuck in the back of your head. Okay? Kiki and Adriana talk. Hold on one second. So I'm sorry, y'all. Kiki and Adriana talk. Kiki apologizes for the case situation, and she says she didn't mean any harm. Cap. She tells Adriana that I walked away the other day from your event when she got into the what was the name of that truck? FedEx or UPS, whatever the name of that truck is. Like, why would you? But whatever. It's Kiki. She walked away because she didn't want to talk about the ratchet situation, and when she called her friend Carol and accused Kiki of being a racist, Kiki said, like, I never said that. And I believe her. I told y'all, I really believe Kiki. So Adriana, like, takes this moment to call herself, giving Kiki this weak ass apology that you really owe this lady an apology. She said she just one thing, she said things, she apologized, and she didn't want to say things the way she said it. No, you said the shit just how you wanted to say it, and she said she also just want to move on and have a good time. And again, where's the sincerity? Where's the apology? Because you did not give that to that lady. Like, girl, you was all the way wrong. Not only did you accuse this lady of calling you a racist, but you tried to pin two black people together so this black lady can come take up for you. No, ma'am, no, Pam. We're not doing that. Anyway, so 30 minutes later, this is where the bullshit starts. Marisol and Kiki tells Adriana Julia was upset because she didn't show up at her whack ass event. Adriana said that, I couldn't reschedule my people, and Julia told me the night before. Like, you want me to just show up to something the night before and I'm just expected to be there? Girl, you ain't in your event, okay? So Marisol tells her that's your friend, and Adriana cussed them out and walked off, as she should, because please leave me alone and mind y'all business. Whatever me and my friend got going on, that's between us, right? So Kiki and Marisol tell Julia the conversation they had with Adriana, and at this point, I feel like Adriana was off of her game because it was time for her to perform, and she was extremely aggravated at the moment. And so Stephanie was looking for Adriana to come out. She was taking too long, so Stephanie was getting annoyed. So then she had everybody calling Adriana's name so she can come out and perform. Well, eventually, Adriana came out to do her performance, and y'all, I think I checked out. So I can't tell y'all how the performance was. And another thing, like when it comes to fashion, I'm not like a fashionista, so I can't really comment on people's fashion. Yeah. So I don't know, y'all. If I see something that's cute, I'm gonna point it out when it stick out to me. But I'm no fashionista, so I don't do like fashion. But I will say, if I see something, I'll be like, girl, that was a mess. Okay. Anyway, Julia and Adriana have a talk. Julia tells Adriana she's happy for her and tells her, you're being very weird. Adriana tells Julia she's being very weird. Julia asks her why, and no. Julia tells Adriana she's proud of her, and she tells her that she's being weird. Julia also asks, why didn't you show up at my event? Adriana said because she was busy. Julia asks if she's jealous, and Adriana says that Julia is fake, mischievous, and she's a bad friend. She's toxic, and she mask it off. Stephanie, so they're having this back and forward conversation, and then that's when Adriana walks off. Stephanie is on the mic, and she points out that the ladies are fighting. Why would you do that? But I guess because people was looking around, so I don't know. Anyway, we pan back to Julia. I think this is the part where Julia goes back over to Adriana and said, you didn't check on her children. And Adriana was like, well, I'm not their godmother. That's not my job. Did you make me their godmom? No. You did. Yeah, this whole expectation. Meanwhile, while those two are arguing, I need y'all to pay attention. As last episode, Larsa, Marisol, Alexia, and Lisa are over there laughing and playing around. They did this last time. So Julia takes this moment to continuously play the victim. She said Adriana was guilt tripping her in their friendship. She said Adriana made them feel small and other things behind closed doors. Julia said that she's tired of it. Now, I will say this. I can see that. I can see Adriana doing that. I'm gonna give that Raggedy her flowers, but I can see her doing that. So Kiki asks Adriana, she tells Adriana that Marisol said that she told Adriana, instead of saying ratchet, use the word wretched. And so Marisol says that she gave Adriana that word to save her ass. And as in exchange, I need you to leave me alone for the next 2 years. So we find out, not only did that happen, Larsa told Marisol that Stephanie said Adriana was saying, and she did, because they flashback said Marisol is a PR person and she knows how to influence people. Well, here is the thing. She may have said that, but if it wasn't some truth to it, you wouldn't have got this pissed off and sprayed her. And they got you, Adriana. That's just what it is. You let your guard down, and they got you. So Adriana called Marisol old. Once again, you don't want anybody calling you old. Stop calling other people old. And Alexia jumped in talking about don't do it, man, mind your. But when I tell you, I would have gathered all of them hoes like a dish rag all at one time, because who y'all playing with? Who y'all talking to? Right? So she tells Marisol, she looking like she gone to a funeral. You know what? I'm sorry. So this is where we found out. For me, this is where I gathered they are trying to get this lady kicked off the show. They don't want her on there. Like, I think I heard that people had an issue with filming with her. They didn't want to film with her. And I feel like they're not. I feel like they want to boot Gertie off and they want to boot Adriana off. So we'll find out who's going to come back. But the ending credits, we find out Adriana is working on taking her show on the road with one less fan, and she's still not talking to Julia. Kiki is working on a relationship with her dad. She's moving in a condo in Stephanie's building. Julia's whack ass co-starring in Carmen, and one of her daughters has met the boys, but the other one has not. Larsa is still working on her house and is dating another black young basketball player, and I just wanted to add that in there. Gertie is still in therapy. No reconstructive surgery as of yet. Lisa and Jody developed an app called Splitwell, but he still hasn't proposed, and he probably won't. Stephanie is still on some boost about her sisters, but she is talking to one of them, but not the other. Marisol and Alexia talk about what happens if Todd come back, and Marisol just don't have going on. Alexia and Todd has divorced, and I told y'all when it came to the demise of Adriana and Julia, them three hoes was behind it, and they had help in it with Kiki, Stephanie, and Julia along the way, because they wanted to get rid of Adriana. And and Gertie, but they really wanted to get rid of Adriana, which is why they caused the wedge, and Julia was okay with it because that hoe is thirsty. Okay, this is where it ended, and then we about to get this 3-part reunion. Probably don't need 3, we might just need 2, and then probably could have just zoomed it. I don't know, we gonna find out. But I will see y'all next week for this reunion, because it's gonna be a mess. All right, bye y'all.